Today we start with how to write the Java programming language and what is the basic structure to write the program. So here, for working with Java programming language, first you need to install the NetBeans software as well as the JDK. Okay, 1.7 or 1.08 version of software you can install. Then for the practice basis, first you need to install the TextPad. So first you practice all your program through the TextPad. Then you have to move to the ID. So it is the proper way of writing the Java programming language. So it is a proper platform writing Java programming language in a NetBeans. But as a preliminary stage for your better practice, you have to use a TextPad so that you are familiar with the every keyword. For writing a program in Java programming language, first you have to understand what is the basic structure you have to perform. So here, for writing a Java program, we have to start with the class keyword. As you define the class keyword, class name is suppose. First you define a class, the syntax of class is there, class, then class name, then it is the body part of your class. In the body, what you define, it is called as the number of members of class. So what are the members of class? Like any variable function or method. Is the members of class. Then how you have to write? So first you define, suppose class name is demo. Then you have to write public static void main. String args. It is called as the heart of the program. Public static void main is called as the main method where all your program is processed. As you know, the computer is working through the IPO cycle, input, process and output. So what are the instructions you are passing to the computer in the form of a programming language? It is processed in the main method. So here, in main method, if you want to display anything, suppose here I pass system.out.println. It is used to display the data. Suppose here I define here hello Java. Okay. It is a way of writing a program. It is a simple program that I have defined. So it is printing you the hello Java. Remember that when you store this file, your file name and class name must be same in Java. Suppose the class name is demo, then if you want to execute this program, then save this file with the name of demo. Okay, so here I save the file. And now I'm creating a folder here. Suppose I define as SAT in the folder. I save the file, that is demo.java. So now the syntax I have mentioned in a command line. So it is a non-executable part of a program. So it is not execute. This part, the green color, is not execute. So this part will execute. So here I store this file where in core Java example. In that core Java example, SAT is another folder. In that folder, I save the file demo.java. So Java compiler name is Java C. So here I have mentioned the compiler name of Java. Compiler means the translator, which is converting your programming language to the machine language. Compiler name is Java C. Now I compile this application. First you open the command prompt. So the command prompt, you execute the program, cmd. I clear the script. So I first remove it. So it is already present. So when you open the command prompt, in this way it is displayed. Now my file is present where? In D drive. So to moving to the D drive, D colon enter. And for moving to the folder, you have to write cd core Java example. So cd command is used to moving to the particular folder. Now we're in the particular folder. Then we're in the cd sat. Now we are in the sat folder. Now for compiling a Java application, Java C demo.java. Okay, so my file is compiled. It is called the compilation stage. Java C demo.java. It is for compilation. Here I mentioned compilation. I have mentioned here Java C demo.java. Okay. Now for execution, for executing a Java then demo. Okay, the Java demo is used for execution. For execution, we are using Java demo. It is used for the execution part. Okay, it is showing you hello Java. Now I will let you know what are these are the thing I have written. You don't know what I have written here. I have just writing a one program and I am executing. Okay, so my motto is what? To print hello Java in the screen. So I write this program, store in a particular folder, and this is the procedure how to move to the folder and how to compile the application, then how to execute. Compilation means it is converting to the source code to the byte code, and byte code to the machine code. We are using execution. There is an execution phase. Now, so what I have defined here, I have defined the class. The class is a keyword for defining a class. Then here I have defined public static void main string args. It is called as the main method. The main method, in the main method, all the program is executed. It is called as what? When a program is executed, it will first search the main method is present or not. Main method, here always you have to write as a main. Okay. So there is a question like when you mention main, you can give any other name. Yes, you can give any other name here. But that name you have to define in the JVM, because in the JVM it is already defined main is a main method where all the program is executed. Let's take an example. Uh, my father is telling one day that you go to the bus stoppage and find out a person who is wearing the black cap, green pant, red shirt. Okay, so I am reaching to the bus stop at the particular timing, and I'm searching for the person by watching here and there. So at that timing, my friend has come and asking me, "Why? Where you here? How? Means why you here?" So I'm telling that thing that my father is sending me, and I have to search for the person who is wearing the black hat, uh, green pant, and red shirt. Okay. Then after some time, the desired person has come. Then I'm identifying it and take him to the home. Okay. So it is a process. What my father is giving me instruction. Then I'm searching for the particular person and take it to the home. Main method is like that. The main method is already defined in the JVM. Main is defined in the JVM. So when you are executing the program, the compiler is searching where the main method is present or not. Then it is going to that part and your execution is started. Then why you return as a public? When you define a main method is as public, it can be run or it can be accessed anywhere. Okay, because of all the processing happen in the main method. If you give a restriction, then other program cannot be accessed here. Okay, when you are writing a program, it is not possible for a single person. As we are using a object orientation concept, it is not possible for a single person. They have to develop the entire program. Okay, so program is divided into a smaller part, and the every modular part are stored in a different location. Then you have to call that module in a main method. So when you call that module from the different location, so at that timing, there is a requirement to define a method as public. Public means everywhere you can access. Okay. Then static. The main method is always static. That means there is no need to create a object of that class. Okay. For calling, no need to create a object for calling that method. Okay. So where the requirement of the creating a object, you are creating a class object when you want to call the class member. Object means what? It is an instance of class. It is a reference. For calling the member of a class, you have to create a reference. But if it is a static, then that means what happened? There is no need to give a reference because it is a unique value. Okay. A reference why we are given. Suppose in a class, there is a two student as present and they are having the same name. You call Rakesh, so if Rakesh named student is present more than 3%, so maybe happen that the three people is coming to you. if I write, if I just asking that Rakesh Sharma, Rakesh Sahu, or Rakesh Chakravarti, then the person belongs to that particular surname has to come to me. Okay. If the Rakesh is only a student present in a class and there is no other student is present, then if I call Rakesh, then the Rakesh will come to me. So that you can make a method as a static, so that what happened, there is no need to create a reference or object of a class. It is directly called. You see that main method is directly called. It is a, for calling a method you need to create a object or create a reference of class, and through that reference you call the function. But here you are not mentioned anything. Void is a return type. So when you call a function means what? It contains a set of instruction which is execute and giving us some kind of output. So when you execute a function, it return you some value. So in a main method, all the program is executed. So there is no requirement that main method will give or return us some value. As main method is not returning any value, then the return type is what? Then in a function, we are defining a parameter, string args. So it is a parameter. Parameter is used to pass the value to a method and receive the value from a method at runtime. This string args, it is helping you when you take the user input through the command line argument. The command line argument that we are executing a program here. So through the command line argument, if you want to give any kind of value to a program, that is stored in this string args. String is a data type. It is a array type. As earlier you know in the other programming language like C and C++, is a way of defining an array. ARGS is a name. You can give any name. It is not mandated that you can give ARGS only here. You can give here any name. Next comes to the printing part. This is the total line. It is responsible for printing hello Java in a screen. System is a predefined class. System.out is a variable in a input stream class which is responsible for display data. It is a variable, and println is used. This method is used to display the data. Okay, that is used to display the data. That is the work of your println. And when you write the println, then it is display the data in a same line. It is display the data in a line, and the cursor is moving to the next line. When you write the print method, then what happens? It is display the data in a same line, and cursor is present at the same line. Cursor is not moving to the next line. Okay, so that is the word, the description of this program. And in the println method, what you have mentioned in a double quotation, it is displayed in the screen. That is hello Java. So now I have to write all this part, and which is helping you to understand. So this green part is not required for writing your program. Only you have to write your program is this one. It is for your information only. The class a keyword for defining a class. Public is access specifier. Okay, so your main method is always always public, so that it can be accessed anywhere. Static means constant, means there is no need to create a object calling void is a return type which doesn't return any value, as main method doesn't require to return any value. Then main is a main method all program execution starts from here. String args is an array in acting as parameter is to pass receive data then system is a predefined class. System dot out is a variable print print class println method is display data screen cursor next. Print method is used to display in single. Okay. So these are the basic keyword that we're using while writing the Java program here. You remember that the green line is not used to write a program. So these are the simple, these are the things you have to write for display data. This for your information only. Okay. Now comes to method. Method contains the set of instructions which is used to execute the particular work, like your Bluetooth option, Wi-Fi option. So these are the option is used for the particular purposes. Like Bluetooth symbol is used for the enabling the Bluetooth, Wi-Fi is used for enabling the Wi-Fi. For defining this method, and this method is also used to break your complex program into a particular module wise. Suppose I am giving you a tag to add a number, subtract number, and multiply number. So if you write all the thing in a same program, which make the complexity, so you break down the program into a smaller method, like we define um, R method, show method, multiplication method. So you do your operation, and when your work is over, means after you have to define a method, and when there is a requirement, so you have to call a method. So you call the add method when there is a requirement. When you call a subtract method when there is a requirement. Okay. And if there is any problem in the subtraction, so there is no need to go to the addition part. So you have to move to the subtraction part. If there is a problem in a multiplication part, so you have to move to the multiplication part. So there is no requirement to go to the subtraction part. That is, divide the program into a smaller part. Okay, and it is helping you to analyze the program effectively if there is any kind of error kind of thing is present. Now for defining a method, first you define here access specifier. The next is your return type, then your function name. Then in bracket you can define as parameter.